excluding nobody. I think this is one of the greatest entrepreneurs on the planet, even though he doesn't get celebrated as that. And they had one of his best interviews ever. These are so when you go and watch the interview, I want you to do a few things. I want you to watch it 3 times. First, I want you to watch it for all the advice that he gives. Second time, I want you to watch for the performance part because Steve did an amazing job at telling in very entertaining stories, being very relatable. And then in the moments when he talked about the IRS story or how Marjorie changed his life, look at how he projected and performed well on camera. I also want you guys to look at how Troy and Rashad were graceful and not trying to eat up attention because a lot of times when people are doing these interviews, they'll try and interject or overtalk the guests and let them have their moment. I think you guys did a masterful job at giving him room to breathe and having an amazing conversation. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall, but go watch that 3 times. And for the third view, go capture everything that you missed. But these are my 5 biggest takeaways from the episode. Number one, you have to keep people around you that are going to find the next big opportunities for you. So when he was talking about Tabiti and he said, hey, I gave him some money to invest in the market and he 10x'd it. That's incredible because now he has less work to do. Joint angel deals. He found them. So a lot of you are asking, hey, how can I get on? What can I do? The best thing to do often is to bring someone a deal that is irrefutable. And you heard at the end of the episode talking about NFTs. Hey, Troy Rashad brought value and gave him an idea, and you can see his wheels turning. The way to get into the building or be close to the people that you want to be next to is bring them value first. Number two, the person that you select to be with will have the biggest impact in your life. There is no prosperity without peace. Look how he talks about his wife and how she helped change his life. And when he was going through some of those issues, let's be very honest, most people would not have stuck by his side. The person that you choose to be with is going to have the greatest impact on your life. Please never forget that. Number three, and this is a lesson that I had to take to heart. Every bad day that you've had, you have 100% survival rate of those bad days. I want to say it again. Every bad day that you've had on earth, you've had 100% survival rate of those bad days. It will always get better. The sun will always shine. And be like Troy and activate your Troy joy every single day to live your best life. Number four, the only thing stopping you from succeeding is the number of reps and your fear of failure. So oftentimes we want the the accolades of doing well, but we don't want the failure or the public humiliation. And the truth is, there is no success that you are going to achieve without some failure attached. Go to the part of when he talks about how many shots Michael Jordan missed in game winning situations. Very telling. Whatever you do and whatever success you want to achieve, you're going to have to fail some in order to get all the answers that you need to succeed. Um, well, when we're in Austin, Rashad and Troy and Trappers coming back, and shout out to all of you that caught me in the lobby, and it turned into a little bit of a thing. But I want to share with you one of the biggest lessons from the Red Panda midnight meetup that we had at South by Southwest in the lobby. I have to say this. Please write this down. Do not short Apple or any of the top 5 stocks that are publicly traded. I was talking to a brother and he said, hey, man, I'm thinking of shorting Apple. And I think he already had a position in it. And I was like, hey, if you do, only short for a couple of days because when you are saying that I'm going to short a top 5 company, you're basically saying my money is more valuable than all of the billions of dollars that hedge funds and pension funds have currently in the market. And it's a recipe for disaster. The top 5, regardless of any era, you traditionally just want to be long. For those that are of lower value, maybe you can short those, but overall, you do not want to short those. So let me give you a little formula. Look at what the historical drawdowns are for the stock. And if the drawdown is less than 20%, stay away from shorting it. Second, you want to make sure that the drawdown is between 35% and 55% if you're going to look to short or do puts on it in order to be safe. And you still only want this to be a short term investment. You don't want this to be a long-term investment. Anything, any asset, you want to be long it majority of the time. I know some of you want to time it because of recession in the Ukraine. I get it, but you're going to lose more money going against the trend than you will going with it. Later today, I'm going to put in the chat how to find the number of institutional investors. But if you go to NASDAQ, you can easily find that. But I want to give you guys the exact link later. And really quick, I want to go through 20 charts. I know I didn't get a chance to last week, so I want to do so this week. So let me pull up Thinkorswim real quick. Let's go through PLTR really quick. And only thing I want you to look and see is the direction up or down. If you know how to drive a car, you already know how to tell direction. We've seen Palantir hit a high of 45 back here. It hasn't done so since. You want to stay away from companies that are not traditionally going up. Even in a down market, you shouldn't be drawn down that much. So let's go look at my baby Square. It had a nice little bounce recently. It's coming to the upside. Square had some trouble. Wait till Jack reveals what their plan is. I still think Square is amazing. But give it some time. And for those of you who are in it now, you send me some messages Friday saying that you're happy that it was starting to rebound. Gap, let's look at Gap. Kanye had an incredible impact on it, and then we started to tumble. But what is the overall direction? You always want to go to that 5-year month to tell what the direction is. Let's go look at Unity Software. And Rashad made a great point during the summer. He was saying everything is too high. So let's look at Coinbase. Is Coinbase up or down? If we look at the direction of the market, we can see that it is down. So when you guys are going through and looking at your 20 stocks, you want to make sure to find some hidden gems, because there are some companies that are going up. And look at this. Etsy, great company, been driven down. Red candles, how I teach Xander. Red means down, green means up, or in this case, white is up. Etsy is having a little bit of a tough time. Let's go to Chewy and zoom through these. Chewy is down. LCTD went to 46.70 and it had a pop. 40.79. It had a pop of 44. So we're at an interesting place to see some of these stocks are going to begin to rebound. For a quality company, you're going to start to see them go up. For those that are not quality, you're going to start to see continue to fall. ARK, of course, we talked about before, is down. Let's go through Facebook. Facebook is slowly starting to get back on its feet. Let's look at Netflix. It's looking tough for Netflix because of the amount of debt. And we'll talk about it later. At some point, Netflix may have to just acquire a studio to get these costs down for these shows. Look at Plug really quick. Plug had a hell of a run, went to 75, slid down. It's slowly starting to recover. Maybe around 15 or 18, I would like it, but anything higher than that, I would not touch. Let's look at AMD. AMD is holding on steady. Not back positive yet, how it should be for the month, even though it's a new month. Not there yet, but it's slowly getting there. So go through 20, write this down, go through 20 stocks per day so you can find a hidden gem. And you see Tesla's moving to the upside. It was at 751 down here, and now shot up to 928. Great move. And then lastly, my baby, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is making a great charge. So the point that Rashad was making earlier was, hey, everything is kind of overinflated. And as a result, he was right.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.